Hello everyone and welcome to ILR8 here for the Spanish Grand Prix. My name is Alfie and this is my first ever time commentating on an ILR stream. I am a racer in ILR and ILR2, but this is my first time commentating in ILR. So here we are for the Spanish Grand Prix today, round 5 of the championship in ILR8. Let me get the championship tables up quickly. So, having an early lead in the championship is F1 Bazzer86, who is leading with 56 points. He is in the, don't know if it's a Red Bull, I think that's a Red Bull. And then we have Straw Blonde in P2 in the championship in the Alfa Romeo, then Dexter 13 in the Mercedes, Zeppadoodle in the Williams in P4, Sergeant Splinter P5, MBS Mark P6, Pro Opera P7, LR Speedwood P8, Jacko P9, Camo Barbo P10, Moras 11th, Commando Vice 12th, Shabs _EN 13th, Monkey Meg 44, 14th, Crazy Flying Rob 15th, Tudanal, I don't know how to say that, in 16th, Murdoch F1 17th, Something Glover, can't read it there, 18th, II Brado 4 is 19th, and Jess Gamer 95 is 20th, rounding off the standings. So Spain, probably going to be a one-stop today if it is a dry race. The strategy here should be medium hard for most of these drivers, given the races are full dry races. There are quite a few people out on soft, so my thoughts on that are being doubted already. Is anybody on a lap? I'm going to get the double up. So II Brado 4 in the Mercedes is going to be our first person to set a lap, I think. Coming through this middle sector, very technical, where most of the high speed corners are, especially this. I think this is turn 11, the fast right hander, as that is a racing point off the track of Morris 25. Hopefully they rejoin safely, but we'll go back on board with II Brad on the soft, so he might personally invalidate or pit at the end of it. I'm not sure, but if he does set it, it's probably not the most wise decision he could make at this point. Coming through the final chicane, around the final corner. Is he going to actually set this lap? As Jess goes P1, but then he's quickly beaten by 1.1 seconds by II Brad, who says a 20.4. It's not that bad. Good early bankers. Now, Brad might have been put off a little bit by the racing point being sideways out of that one corner. And, ooh, Camo, I was calling Camo, very close. Only 8 thousandths off. That's probably, quicker than the blink of an eye. Also have other people such as Sergeant Splinter setting a lap on the hards with a 21.1, so only 7 tenths off with the hards. That's really not bad. So the circuit, the Barcelona Catalunya, I think it's called, as actually Zeppadoodle goes P1 with a 20.4, so very close so far, half a tenth separating the top 3. Now is anyone just about to start a lap? No, as we already have someone who's retired. I'll be in sector 2. We'll try to find, is anybody near that on track? Might be out of here. This is probably the yellow flags. And yeah, big crash for the Renault DNFing. DNFing. DNFing is DNFing. So living up to his name. As we have Monkey Meg spun in the third sector. That's not a good place to be. Gotta watch out for this Toro Rosso. And they do nice. They're going to take what looks to be the long way back onto the track, going very slowly. Not sure what's going on there, but wow, MBS at 3/10 up on the Prix on their lap right now as B Glover, who's out of the session as well. Is that the same corner where DNF crashed? Oh, I didn't even see. Someone has. Ooh, that looks a bit dangerous. I think someone might crash coming out the final corner. No, not sure. As Straw Blonde goes P. Wow, P4 on the hards. Very good lap. Now, oh, that's a bit of a corner cut there from F1 Bazza, so he's going to peel off into the pits and not set that. As Jess has got a. Oh, what is Jess doing? So she's got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking in the pit lane. Not sure how she's done that, but she has. So Commando Vice in the first sector on a set of hards. 15.1 seconds up, very, very far up. Looks clean, but he hasn't got much ERS. How much ERS? Only 8%, so yeah, I don't think that's going to be a competitive lap. Now someone has spun. It's Pro off up, backwards. Gonna try and flick spin it back around. Oh, that's quite an unusual place to crash. I think Kimi Raikkonen crashed there in the real life Spanish Grand Prix. I thought that was out at the fast right-hander, but no, it's out the first corner in the middle sector. And the other racing point has just started their lap. Coming through this kind of funny chicane. I don't know whether yeah, I guess it is kind of a chicane. Open the DRS for the back straight. Up on the lap. They haven't set a lap. Now into the final sector. This is where this is the most technical sector. A lot of slow speed corners. Go through one now. The long right-hander feels never ending. Now into this final segment of track, newly added in around about probably around about 2010 or something, around those years. Used to be a very fast sweeping double right-hander to end off the lap here at Spain, but now it's that and Morris goes P1 by 7/10. Wow, incredible pace. And the other racing point is just like their lap. Can they live up to expectation and match their teammate at the top of the timesheets? Well, looks very clean so far. So we have yellow flagged in sector 3, so someone's spun somewhere, probably through this corner here. Yep, you can see the car off on the left hand side in the gravel. Is that? Who is that? It's not Zephydoodle. Is it Monkey Meg again? It is, so twice now. What's it gonna be? It's not gonna be matching the teammate. No, it's 11th. So wow, between 2nd and 12th, there's only 3/10 difference. Very close. Let's have a look at the tyres, so I think this might be a mixture. Yeah, so a mixture of softs, medium and hards. As wow, Zappadoodle has just done a 20.1 on hards. Incredible pace. There is definitely 4/10 in between the hards and the softs, so Zephydoodle, if he can do that in on his soft run, if he does do one, then that should be easily probably a low 19. Is anyone else on a lap? F1 Bazza might be. He is coming up the final corner. What's this going to be? It's a 20.4. So that's put in P4 on the mediums. Straw Blonde 500ths up on their lap. You want to get a nice fast run out of here to get a good run down this short straight through the fast left right. Now coming into probably the most crucial corner on the track. Very different ways to take. You can shift down into 5th, keep it in 6th. Now you can lift, you can brake, you could try flat, but probably end up in the wall. Into the final sector. Is this going to be a lap that can challenge the top of the timesheets? Through the final corner, flat out. A little lift there, so probably not the most optimal line. And it's a 20.5, only a 200th improvement. Monkey Meg on a lap. They've had some problems with this final sector, but they seem to have got past their struggle point. I don't think this is a fast lap, is it? No, this is going to be a lap where they peel off into the pits. Ooh, Commando Vice getting all out of shape. And I think there's a car behind because I can hear the engine. So is that? It's Biesma on an outlap, so it's not going to matter too much. As seems to get a bit out of shape there and almost go off into the gravel. As we have yellow flags in sector 3, I think that is for... Oh no! Ooh. Very dangerous there. Don't really know on Commando Vice. He's going to get a 5-place grid penalty for that contact. Hopefully Biesma didn't get any damage from that. More yellow flags in sector 3. It's Commando Vice reversing along the track. Now that is definitely not advised. And he's been disqualified, so very questionable driving from Commando Vice. Not sure if the stewards have anything to say about that, but he's been DSQ'd, so he will be starting from the back of the grid. But Biesma on his lap, 4/10 up. In the middle sector, it's looking very clean. Down the back straight, it's a 22.3 middle sector. I'm not quite sure where that compares to the top guys. Now, interestingly, LR Speedwood has stayed in the pits this whole session, hasn't come out at all. So will he be making an appearance at the end of this session, or is he just going to be sitting there the whole time? I don't know, but coming through the final corner, MBS Mark, is this going to be enough to elevate him up the timesheets? Wow. I think my timing was a bit glitched there, because it said he was going to set a mid-17, but it wasn't, but he still goes faster with a 19.6, and that's on medium tyres, so he's beaten Morris 25, who's on the softs. Now Morris is on an outlap, on the softs again, and in fact they've just started the lap. So coming down into turn 1, I think this is one of the longest runs into turn 1 from the start grid, so we should see an action-packed turn 1 when the lights do go out. A little lift through turn 3. Now you want to be aiming for around about a mid-21 first sector. Oh, never mind, a 22.1 first sector. Of clearly forgotten all my timings around here. Through turn 5, the left-hander, a little kink, turn 6. Now through this chicane, yellow flag sector 2, that might have been for the Alfa Romeo, slowing down to let the car through. In fact, no, yellow flag sector 2 and 3. So someone has crashed, and I assume it's down this straight. I don't see any cars stuck in the gravel or grass or anything like that. So I assume they have gotten out of the gravel and carried on. But this is looking like a very good lap from Morris. Trying to reclaim that top spot. Provisional pole. Through the final chicane. As we wait to see them come around the final corner. Is it going to be enough to go back on top? Yes. 18.9, so a big improvement there. 7/10. Very good lap. As Jess is out. Don't know if she's crashed or if she has just called it a day. Anyone on a lap? As you see, ILR speeded out the pits for the first time this session. In the final sector, gonna really need to push. Currently P7 F1 buzzer. Out the final proper corner. Is this going to be enough? So 19.2, enough for P2, only 3/10 off. Very good. Yellow flags in sector 1. I cannot see the culprit. As the session is now finished on my screen, but I think there is a timing glitch. In fact, no, the session is actually finished. Is anybody on a proper lap? No, we'll stick on board with Zephyr Doodle because he's a half second up. This could be enough for the second row of the grid. Is it going to be though? It's going to be enough for P4, so yes, second row of the grid. ILR speeded on his one and only lap. He'll be looking to maybe get into the top 10, hopefully. And it is P12 for ILR Speedwood. Here comes Jacko. This could be enough for P4, so very good there. Second row of the grid. And F1 Buzzer has peeled off into the pit lane. He's not going to set a lap, so pole position goes to Morris. Hopefully Buzzer can retire, so the session will finish. As he has, so we'll have a look at the grid and what tires everyone will be starting on for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. So P1 on the softs is Morris 25 with an 18.9, the only person into the 18s. P2 we have Ivor, Prix, Mike. I think that's what I'm just going to say like that. In the Haas on the mediums a 19.1. P3 Baz on the softs. Then we have Jack on the softs. Zeppadoodle mediums. Straw Blonde, MBS Smart, and Sergeant Splinter all also on the mediums. II Brad and Pro Offer on the softs, and that'll be your top 10. And then the people with 3 tyre choice will be Monkey Meg, Dexter, ILR Speedwood, Camo Babbo, Jess Games, Murdoch, Crazy Flying Rob, and some other people. I didn't quite get to see. So what is the weather going to be for this race? I assume it'll be dry, since there were people qualifying on the mediums and the hards. As yes, it is dry as I thought. It looks very sunny, nice and warm. People will be getting their sunglasses out. So, the formation lap. Will start, and the drivers will get away and try to heat up their tyres before the start of the race. So let's have a look at the tyres everyone will be starting the race on. What is it? This? No. This. Yep. So the top 10 all on tyres they qualified on. Then outside the top 10 we have Monkey Meg on the mediums, Dexter, LR Speedwood, Camo Babbo, Murdoch and Crazy Flying Rob all on the mediums. So that's 11th to 16th on the mediums. Big Glover in 17th on the hard, and DNF and Just Games on the mediums. And then rounding off the grid, Commando Vice, who got disqualified from qualifying for going backwards, will start on the hards. So in the final sector, Morris 25 coming out the final corner will line up onto the grid. There's quite a lot of field spread, so his tyres probably will go a tiny bit cold, waiting for the rest of the people to make their way around the final sector onto the grid. Luckily, I don't think only one person has been reset, so I didn't see how that happened, but hopefully there was no crashes. So, people coming onto the grid. And Commander Vice will line up. So, the light's about to come on here in Spain, ILR round 5, ILR8. When are the lights gonna come on? Sometime, hopefully. Sergeant Splinter has left. So, 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go as the lead. It doesn't seem to have got the best start, and they might even be 3 wide coming into turn 1. No, they're not going to be. The Haas looking up the inside. Ooh. So, Morris holds the lead. Ivo, Brian, Mike still in P2. All looks pretty clean. Down the back of the grid as there's a Ferrari running wide. Sergeant Splinter, his ghost car going slowly. And everything seems very clean. Oof, was LR Speeder there? Maybe having a cheeky look up the inside as F1 Baz are trying to go around the outside of Ivor on his softs. Is he going to be able to do it? This is not a normal overtaking place. Hopefully they don't go side by side. They do not. So this should all still be clean. As there are yellow flags, it's DNFing. He's crashed. DNFing will be DNFing today. So, Morris still in the lead on the soft tyres, going to need to build a gap, because I reckon he will have to two-stop, as towards the back of the grid there is some quite close racing, all single file, which is good to see. Oh, as that Red Bull really does get out of shape. Is that going to give him a bad run and maybe be under attack from Jacko, his teammate? I don't think he's going to be. As in fact, Dexter looking, but not going to be close enough. As Crazy Flying Rob is into the pits, he must have picked up damage somewhere. As DNFing has DNF'd. So that's a short end to his race. As LR Speedwood, I think, is in the wall. LR Speedwood is in the wall. Still got some front wing, don't know how much damage. There looks to be an end plate missing, so that might be an end to LR Speedwood's race as well. Everything else seems pretty clean. Is there more yellow flags in Sector 2? Who is it? It's somebody's crashed, I'm not sure who. Nobody seems to be really going for any overtakes, so the dirty air around here clearly very strong. So Ivor actually less than half a second behind Morris now, setting the fastest lap. No DRS available just yet, as there are more yellow flags. As Zephyr Doodle going for move on Jacko in the background, he's got that move done. No other moves look to be happening. But Ivor all over the back of Morris, the soft runner. Four tenths the gap for the lead. LR Speedwood has hit after getting damaged through turn 2. So DRS going to be opened for the first time of this race by Ivor. I reckon he's going to be close enough to go for a move here. He is. Up the inside. Terrible camera angle. Hopefully his camera angle changes. It's not going to. Oh, and then we go on board. Alright, he backs out. So that's good, but that's going to allow Bazza to close right up to the back of Morris. If he can stick this close through this final sector, maybe he might be able to go for a move into turn 1. So clearly Morris's soft tyre is already dying off, and we've only just finished lap 3. But no, the straight line speed of Morris seems very good. As Pro Opera and II Brad go side by side, and Pro Opera gets that move done. These two not in very good positions, considering they're on the softs, and probably going to have to two-stop this race. They would like to be at the front at least. In fact, Straw Blonde has just been passed by Dexter. Let's have a look. Who is the biggest mover so far? So the biggest mover so far is actually Dexter, who's... Oh no, it's not. It's the Commando Vice, who started last on the grid. He's up to 7. He's gone up 7 places on the hards, and Dexter has gone up 6 places on the mediums. So a good start from both of those. The biggest loser so far has been Sergeant Splinter, who lagged out at the start of the race. As Ivor has already pulled out a second, so no more DRS for Morris. As Straw Blonde into the pits. So have they got damage? Right on board to see if they get a front wing change. In fact, Pro Offer going for a move. In fact, being overtaken, I think, by MBSMA. Ooh, being run out of road there. Now, Straw Blonde is having a change of front wing. So that's probably why they have pitted. Big Glover and Sergeant Splinter going at it, and Big Glover's going to run wide. That's going to allow Jess to maybe have a go. No, she backs off. The gap at the front has come back down, and the gap for P3 has come down as well. So some people doing all right on the softs, and other people, their softs are dying and getting a lot slower. There's a very good exit from Zephydoodle. Could he go for a move here maybe? Dive bomb. No, he's going to back off and wait for the main straight. There's an overtake here. Yellow flags. Ooh, II Brad in the wall. Binned it through the little left kink. Seems to be running his car along the wall, as all we can see there is a green flashing light. I don't know why there's a green flag showing when there's a car in the wall, but yep, Zephydoodle gonna make a move on Bazza. Up to the inside into turn one. It should be an easy move, and it is an easy move. So now he can chase after Morris in P2 on the softs. And II Brad has decided to pit after getting that damage. Is Murdoch going to be able to challenge? He's only 4/10 behind, but now he's fallen back a slight tad, and that is going to eliminate his challenge. So gap's starting to form a little bit here. Dexter seems to be the person to watch there because he is flying. He is, wow, he's closed up to the back of Jacko already. Let's have a look at how the championship leaders are doing. F1 Bazza in P4, doing good for his championship lead, especially since Straw Blonde, the person in P2 in the championship, is 16th on track, so not scoring any points. Dexter, who's third in the championship at the moment, is well, his bad's got to 5th because Morris is in the pits and Jacko's in the pits as well. So up to 4th place for Dexter, and also he seems to be the person to watch because he is really, really flying on track. At the other end of the table, Jess Gaines seems to be in 15th, and she doesn't look like she's going to be scoring her first point of the season. And the same can be said for II Brad, who also seems to not be too high up the field and doesn't look to be going anywhere. B Glover, on the other hand, is 11th and not doing too bad. In fact, Jacko's actually come out just behind Morris. I'll just call him Morris. And he's going to look for a move into turn 4 up the inside, and that is going to be an easy overtake for net P2, I believe. Oh, Morris looks for it back up the inside, but he's not quite close enough to get that move done. So he's going to have to sit behind. So these two just pit, and they've both come out on mediums. So what tyres has everyone come out on? So the people who have just pit have come out all on well, only 2 people did pit. Jacko and Morris have both come out on mediums. And Pro Offer pit as well, and he's come out on mediums as well. As the other soft runner, F1 Bazza, is in for his first stop. Where is he going to come out? Because he was close to Jacko on track. If you look in the background there, you should be able to see the Red Bull come around the final corner at any minute now. I think that was him coming around the final corner. But it looks like Bazza is going to be able to get a gap between him and his teammate in the form of B Glover and Jess. So Jacko really going to need to be able to navigate these 2 Toro Rossos as quickly as possible. Doesn't want to be getting held up. He wants to be able to stick to the back of his teammate. Murdoch is on the back of Monkey Meg as you have yellows in sector 1. Ooh, and that is a big crash. Crazy Flying Rob is out of the race, and II Brad has spun. LR Speed was in the wall as well, as a VSC is out. So this, and these guys, maybe not the right idea to pit, but these soft runners really are not going to get too much use out of this VSC, as Monkey Meg gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. So that drive-through cannot be served under VSC, so they're going to pit now and serve their... I don't think it can be served anyway. Nope, the team is out, ready to receive her in the pits. Or, sorry, not her, they in the pits. I don't know if it is a girl or a boy. I'm not too up to date with the driver lineup. But II Brad, who probably does have damage from that contact at the beginning of the lap. Yeah, you can see there. As Jacko gets a drive-through penalty. So that's really not good. Just been overtaken by Morris. So Jacko is going to have to get himself into the pit lane to serve that drive-through for speeding. So silly mistakes can cost you a lot. LR Speedwood and II Brad back into the pit lane for the second time already this race. We've only done 9 laps. And LR Speedwood today gets even worse with a 5-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. As he runs a bit wide. Now LR Speedwood might actually, yep, he's already been lapped and his teammate is coming up behind. So hopefully he gets out the way for Camo Babo. Is he going to? He's going to pull over and hopefully lift off as Jacko gets past B Glover, who hasn't pitted yet. So when will Jacko serve that drive-through? He has 3 laps to do it, so he has 2 laps now. As II Brad has called it a day and left the session. Ooh. Around the outside maybe. This could be a very good move. There's a little bit of lag from someone. Hopefully that's not my lag. As II Brad has rejoined the session, Sergeant Splinter, who lagged out at the start of this race. He's not doing too bad up in P8, yet to pit. But behind Murdoch. And Zephydoodle might actually, I'm not too sure, but that gap is 1.6 seconds to Ivor. So maybe they are catching, I'm not sure. But Sergeant Splinter on the back of Murdoch, but Murdoch might actually have got DRS from the ghost car of II Brad, as Jacko is in for a drive-through penalty. That's going to demote him probably about down to 15th. Monkey Meg in the pits again after just 1 lap. Is that that is a drive-through as well, I believe. Yep. So quite a few drivers getting drive-throughs here. Jacko comes back out in P15 behind Pro Offer by 2.6 seconds. So gonna have to get his head down and work to get those positions back and get back into the top 10. As that gap at the front is still coming down, it's down to 1.2 seconds between Zephydoodle and Ivor, and II Brad has retired from the session. Don't know if that was a crash or a manual retirement. But Sergeant Splinter right on the back of Murdoch as Commando Vice is into the pits. There's a 5-second time penalty for speeding. Oh, that is pretty dangerous there from Murdoch. But a gap nearly under a second at the front. As you all know, when that gap gets under a second, the RS will be enabled, and that will just rapidly speed up the rate at which Zephydoodle is catching Ivor. As Strawblonde is on the back of B Glover now. Oh, that's late. That might be damage. Not sure. Can we see maybe? Yes, the front right end plate is missing as MBSMA's in. Sergeant. Oh, someone's crashed. Is it Jess? No, it's not Jess. It is Commando Vice has crashed. But Sergeant Splinter getting past Murdoch. Murdoch maybe tries to keep his front wing in there, but has to concede the position. Morris will come out just behind MBSMA, and he's spun, and that's going to be him in the wall. So really not good for Morris, the person who started on pole, I believe. And oh, this is a nightmare, taking forever to turn this car around. Lights up the rears to get going again. And that is probably going to have to be a pit stop, because that is some major damage on the front wing. And that gap for the lead is now under a second, as they are both into the pits. Hopefully neither of them speed. Ivor speeds and Zephydoodle speed. They both speed into the pits. So Dexter is going to come across the line to take the provisional lead of this race. Ivor goes onto a set of hards. I expect Zephydoodle to do the exact same thing. Yep. And where are they going to come out? They're going to come out in clean air, I believe, and Sergeant Spinner also gets a time penalty for speeding into the pits. And it's also gonna be an overtake here for P5. F1 Baz getting past Murdoch. So that's Murdoch down to P6. Just games up into the points. Pro Opera back up into the points as well. And Sergeant Spinner comes out just behind Jacko. So after his drive-through, he's still ahead of Sergeant Spinner, who lagged out just before this Grand Prix started. Morris finally finds his way back to the pit lane. Now he will come out behind Commando Vice, but should be ahead of LR Speedwood. Long pit stop, change of the front wing. It takes a lot longer than just a change of the tyres, around about 5.5 seconds compared to 1.9 seconds if you're lucky for a change of tyres. So Jacko managed to catch up to the back of Pro Offer. Both of these two are going to have to do another pit stop, as I keep getting this terrible camera angle. Can barely see anything in front. As Dexter and Camo Babo into the pits. Dexter, where is he going to come out? It's going to be behind Murdoch, maybe ahead of MBSMA. It's going to be close. Into the braking zone. MBSMA looks to have the position. Yep. So MBSMA gets out ahead of Dexter. And Camo Babo is out ahead just of B Glover. So Morris came out in P16 after that front wing change on a fresh set of hard, so probably going to be going to the end. Now Dexter is going to want to clear MBSMA as quickly as possible to hunt down a podium. hopefully. In fact, I believe this is the fight for the podium position because Murdoch and Bazza, I believe, are going to have to pit again. Well, Murdoch is guaranteed to have to pit again because those mediums will not make it to the end. Bazza, I don't think he would make it to the end on those tyres, as Zephydoodle does a fastest lap. So interestingly, Ivor not the one doing the fastest lap, Zephydoodle is the one doing the fastest lap, as Murdoch is into the pits. Probably going to come out around about the starting splinter area. But that gap at the front, ever closing. Let's have a look. There's Murdoch, where's Sergeant Splinter there. And there's a overtake going on. Jacko on Pro Offer. There goes Murdoch. There goes Sergeant Splinter, so I was correct. Just behind Sergeant Splinter there is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Who is that? I'm not quite sure. But let's come over to Pro Offer. He's just been overtaken by Jacko. So that gap at the front, 1.3 seconds. As Dexter is into the DRS of NBSMO. Zipperdoodle doing another fast lap. So Dexter will open the DRS. Just Games comes in for her one and only pit stop. She's in second gear, revving it out. Not quite sure what that is. I think she might have engaged the pit limiter very early on. Put in for a set of the hard tyres. Meanwhile, Pro Offer sticking to the back of Jacko, so Jacko not pulling away after he's made that overtake. So, Pro Offer sticking right to the back of Jacko. Maybe on this start finish straight, might quite be able. They might be able to be an overtake. Looks likely. Only about 6/10 the gap will be, 4/10 actually. So, a lot closer than previous laps. And this is going to be an easy overtake, I assume. Yeah, DRS open and the overtake is done well before the first corner. And Jacko maybe going to have a look, but no, not going to be close enough. So Dexter probably going to be the next person to manage to do an overtake. Only 1 second behind MBSMO. As that gap at the front has gone up significantly, and Ivor has really started to push. So, but the gap is gone up. It's gone up. It's 1.6 seconds now. So, I don't know. As these two are actually catching up to the back of B Glover, who is going to have to be making a pit stop soon as well. Oh, Pro Offers made a mistake. He's in the wall. Oh, that's tragic. That's going to allow a lot of people through, and that's going to have to be a earlier pit stop than we probably would have wanted. As Zephydoodle does the fastest lap. Going to be right on the back of B Glover, so I reckon an overtake is going to. Oof, nearly some contact there. Let's have a look at Pro Offer. I think he might have to serve a 5-second stop go. Saying that, B Glover just gets a 5-second stop go. Hopefully not speeding into the pits. No. Is there a 5-second stop go to be served though? I'm not too sure because so many people have been getting them. I can't remember who has one and who doesn't. Nope, there's no 5-second stop go, but a front wing change will be painful enough. Comes out P14 ahead of Commando Vice, but behind Jess. So the gap at the front between Ivor and Zephydoodle has kind of come to a stalemate in the low 2-second range. Let me have a look at the telemetry to see who has more ERS. And that is definitely Ivor winning that battle on the DRS front. Just have a look. Who else is in a battle? Nobody else really in any sort of battle. So, yeah, a lot of speed we're running around with not much fuel and not much ERS. So, just probably going to bring it home. As in fact, Murdoch has overtaken Sergeant Splinter, so I missed that somehow. I literally just looked at all the times and I must not have seen that, how close they were. So that is Murdoch up into P8. As Commando Vice is actually into the pits. Can LR Speedwood maybe jump in the pits because there is a 5-second stop go to be served. And I think he's going to. Here comes LR Speedwood. Yep, he's overtaken Commando Vice. So LR Speedwood up into P16. So we'll go aboard with pretty much the only battle on track. As Jacko's actually pitted. So where is he going to come out? Maybe ahead of Straw Blonde. No, it won't be, but it will be ahead of B Glover. Yes, it will. So Jacko on fresh mediums inside the top 10. So now it's his time to push. the gap at the front is extended a little bit more. It's now 2.7 seconds. So this really is the only battle actually going on track at the minute between Sergeant Splinter and Murdoch. The overtake isn't going to be on here, it's not going to be close enough. Murdoch makes a little bit of a mistake, so Sergeant Splinter is going to be right on the back. Gonna have DRS down the back straight, maybe, might be able to go for a move as Zephydoodle does the fastest lap, so setting up a late charge in these last 10 laps to try and get past Ivor. So the gap, less than a second, it's going to be DRS, but 8/10 is probably a bit too far behind to have a chance of an overtake. Yep, so Murdoch is going to keep the position for at least another lap. And Pro Opera is actually catching up to the back of Jess. Is the gap going to be less than a second coming across the DRS detection point? Yes, it will be. So this is going to allow Pro Opera to get right onto the back of Jess for this lap. As Morris sets the fastest lap on 10 hold meet on hards. So it's showing the pace that he could have had in this race. As Zephydoodle actually shuts him right down by going even faster. Let's have a look at the fastest laps. So the fastest lap is a 22.1. And there are quite a few people in the 22s. A 22.1 from Morris, 22.2 from Ivor. So at the minute, Zephydoodle will be getting that extra point. But here we are on board with Pro Opera on the back of Jess. Makes a little bit of a mistake, goes deep through that corner. So I'm not going to really have an optimal run to go for the lunge up the inside. But if they can stick behind for this last sector, it should be a very good opportunity to overtake into turn 1. So through the final chicane, all that's needed now is a good exit. And it's not bad, so 5/10 is the gap. I don't think the gap will be much. Maybe, yep, the overtake is going to happen. And that is a Pro Opera pass. Oh, there's Yellow Flags, LR Speeded in the gravel. So it just goes from bad to worse for LR Speedwood. So that's just games, demoted to 14th. But Jacko, who is on pretty fresh mediums, is wow, as LR Speedwood gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting and nearly crashes in the pits. Now that is definitely going to be speed in the pits. And LR Speedwood has decided to call it a day, as in fact Commando Vice was actually just battling with Dexter, so it's a bit of an unusual sight. But here's Jacko on the back of Straw Blonde. DRS going to be opened. As Jacko actually does the fastest lap. Gonna look for maybe moving to turn 1, not gonna be close enough. So Straw Blonde holds on. The gap half a second. We're coming up to the next DRS zone. It's all about this corner here. Can they get a good exit? They both seem to get similar exits. I don't think the move will be on for Jacko. No, it doesn't look like it is on. But about 11 seconds up the road, there is a battle between Murdoch and Sergeant Splinter for P7. But Jacko doesn't get a good exit. I think that is going to allow Straw Blonde to hold on to the position for a little bit longer. Sergeant Splinter half a second off Murdoch. This battle's been going for a little while now. Now is interesting. Is Bazza going to try and go to the end on these hard tyres? Because he's been on them 19 laps, nearly 20 now, and that means by the end of the race he'll be on these about 25-26 laps, and that is a very long time for the hards to go. As Commando Vice gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags, which we do not want to see. With Dexter behind him, hopefully he can get out the way and not cause any issues. Let's get a lovely helicopter shot of the start-finish straight here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. See the big position tower. There is Dexter stuck behind Commando Vice. Commando Vice really should let him through. But it doesn't seem like that is going to happen. Now, are the blue flags being shown? Because they might not be. Look out on the side of the track for any blue lights. As yet, you can see one on the right hand side there. The blue flags are definitely being shown to Dexter. There's another one there on the left. As he gets another 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. You have 3 marshal posts to get out the way, and clearly he's not abiding to those rules. Now, you need to be careful here because this could result in a larger penalty from the ILR stewards for not getting out the way of a quicker car. Coming down the main straight, this is the perfect opportunity to let someone through. But still, doesn't seem to be any movement from Commando Vice to let him through. So the blue flags have been showing for well over a lap now. Really should have got out of the way many corners ago. As Commando Vice gets another 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. As Jacko sets fastest lap, so that's the extra one going to him at the minute. In fact, Jacko could be on for an overtake here, maybe. No, not going to be on for it, so we'll go back aboard with Commando Vice. See if he is going to let Dexter through, because I think he might have one more penalty in him, then it will be disqualification. As I believe the blue flags are still being shown. But maybe not, he might have got out. Yep, actually, no, the blue flags are still being shown. If you want on the left hand side there. So this is about 2.5 laps that Dexter has been stuck behind Commando Vice. And another penalty, surely, is coming his way. Dexter might just have to make the move properly. Look into turn 1, and finally Commander Vice lets him through. Yep, so very questionable driving there from Commando Vice. That's like to spin up on Murdoch. Go for a move here, round the outside. Should have his full car ahead into turn 1. As we still are getting terrible camera angles, this is a better one. Still not the best. But yep, Sergeant Splinter is up into P7. Is that our yellow flags in sector 3? Was that B Glover maybe? I flicked past it, but I wasn't sure who it was. There's a MBS mark is on the back of Bazza. He's on 22 lap old hard, so his tyres. We'll go on board with him. See, yeah, you can see the graining on those tyres. Really bad. Really clobbering those curbs as well. As Murdoch F1 picks up a 3-second time penalty. Doesn't look like it's going to matter too much. This is yellow flags in sector 2. I think it's Pro Oppa has spun. Yeah. So MBS mark right up behind Bazza for the final podium position. There's another yellow flag. Who's this? I think it might be Pro Opera again. No, it's Morris. Oh, that seemed a bit dangerous. I heard a car go past. As Murdoch has actually got past Sergeant Splinter again. Let's go on board. Morris has retired. I'm not sure where his car is on the track. Hopefully it's not blocking anything. And Commander Vice picked up another penalty. A very, very large amount of penalties for Commando Vice. There is Morris's penalty as Zephydoodle sets another fastest lap. Getting out the way there is pre-offer, but I think he might actually have given DRS to Bazza. He has. So this could actually have just saved Bazza and got him a podium position. Jacko, oof, nearly hitting the back of Straw Blonde. He's that close. Track extends a little bit, gets a 3-second time penalty for it, so that's really going to cost him, I think. And a move couldn't have been made by Biesmart. So he's got 84% ERS, so he really needs to start using all that ERS, because that is a lot. And Biesmart only 3/10 back. Jacko's got past Strawbond, but I don't think it's going to matter because of that 3-second time penalty. Here comes Biesmart. Oh, a bit of lag there from Jacko, and he's not Jacko, Bazza, and he's going to go for it, but Bazza going to try a switch back, and you think he's going to have to back out of it. And there has been a crash somewhere, but I want to stay on board with this battle. I wonder who is it. Oh, as Jacko runs wide there. I cannot find who it is, and Bazza runs very wide, so I think his tyres are done. They are finitoed. So we're going to go to a Straw Blonde, because this now is the closest battle on track, coming on to the last lap. This is for 9th place. I think Straw Blonde will be Jacko no matter what because of that penalty, but whether they know that or not, I don't know. As Jacko actually, horrible run. And I think this is going to be an overtake from Straw Blonde. Now if you're Jacko here, you want to maybe lift off and get into that slipstream. And that is what they have done. Through turn 2. 3/10 is the gap, 2/10. This could very much be a final sector battle. Zeppadoodle. Oh yeah, both of them get a penalty. In fact, I completely missed the leaders crossing the line because I wanted to see that battle. But Zeppadoodle actually wins. Wow. So Zeppadoodle wins from Ivor, who picked up the fastest lap, crossing the line there. MBSmo is going to get P3, Bazza P4. And is there going to be... Yeah, there's going to be an overtake here. Dexter will cross the line for P5, as there has been a crash in the last sector. I'm not sure who it is. But, yeah, Jacko here on the back of Strawbond, all over the back. Going to maybe look for an overtake, but that is not going to happen. And Strawblonde, I think, has got this in the bag. Murdoch is going to come home for P7. Sergeant spins for P8. Strawblonde and Jack are going to cross the line very close to each other for P9 and 10. If that Sergeant Splinter drops down a lot of positions and Strawblonde gets 8th, Jacko gets 9th. So B Glover going to be the next one to cross the line in 11th place. Yep, that is 11th place for B Glover, and that is the end of this race. Probably not the most exciting races ever, but a nice amount of battles going on throughout the whole race. So, a funny looking podium with a Australian winning, Welshman in second, and someone Dutch in third. Very mixed podium indeed. So, Zeppadoodle wins, Ivor second, Biesma third, Bazza fourth, Dexter fifth, Camo Babbo sixth, Murdoch seventh, Strawblonde eighth, Jacko, Sergeant Splinter, they're the top 10. Monkey Meg, B Glover, Jess, Commando Vice, Pro Off, they're the all the finishers. Then the DNFs are Morris, LR Speed with II, Brad, Crazy Climb Up, and DNF in. How many penalties? So Commando Vice actually got 21 seconds worth of penalties. And who got the fastest lap? So 21.1 there from Ivor. Yeah, 21.1 is the fastest lap, so Ivor will pick up 19 points. But Zeppadoodle will pick up 25. So Zeppadoodle making a very, very good charge for the championship early on in this season. And that is going to be the end of ILR8 round 5 at Spain. Thank you all very much for watching, and probably won't be me, but see you again next week for the Streets of Monaco. Goodbye, everyone.